Okay, ma'am.
Okay,
Ma'am,
so
how
do
are
you, I'm good. How are you? How's your exam preparation going on?
you? Ma'am, I'm fine. Exam preparation is also going nice.
Okay, when you have your maths and stuff
7.
on 7th, today is 5th, right?
Yes.
Okay. So tomorrow you have an exam.
Yes, ma'am. Tomorrow economics and English.
Okay, after that you have maths. Fine.
Maths and IT.
Okay, so today let's we start with the last chapter of statistics, or you want me to revise everything?
Ma'am, we'll start statistics.
Sorry?
Ma'am, we'll start statistics.
Statistics last chapter will start, okay?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So we have only seen from the inequations first exercise, right?
Yes, ma'am. Ma'am, limits, we did all exercise. Actually, for exam, only one exercise is there. First one.
Array, why didn't you tell me before?
Ma'am, afterwards they told.
Okay, fine. So have you solved all of those sums from 8.1?
Yes.
Okay, so were you able to solve everything?
Yeah.
Fine. Let's start with 8.2 or just start with next chapter, because in 8.2 you need to draw the graphs.
Yeah,
So I
ma'am. Then
don't
start
think
with
the
next chapter.
we'll start with the next chapter. And that you have is commercial mathematics. You have how the mathematics can be used in your day-to-day life. That what this chapter says actually. Okay.
Yes.
So first thing is we need to see the percentage. You know percentage, what is mean by a percentage?
Yeah.
Okay. So let's have, I have 120 rupees. Okay. I need to find the 20% of this 120 rupee. How will you find?
20 into 100 multiplied by 120.
20 upon 100 into 120. Yes.
Yes.
So this will cancel. So 24 is a 20%. If you
Yes.
go, if you want to increase 120 by 20%, then what to do?
Add again that 24 with 120.
Yes. So we just need to add 120 and 24.
Yes.
So these are some formulas that we are going to study over here. That is for percentage, you know, increase in the quantity upon original quantity into 100.
Yeah.
Percent decrease in quantity upon original into 100. To increase the quantity, we have to just take 100 plus x upon 100. Okay. To decrease, minus x. If A's income is r% more than B's income, then B's income is less than A's income by r upon 100 plus r into 100. This is the formula. No, every time we no need to find what is A, what is B's, then compare them. Just use this formula. If A income is r% more than B, then directly B's income is given by this formula. A's income is given by this formula. R upon whatever the increase is there, r%. 100 plus r into 100.
Ma'am, show the example.
Yes, yes. We'll see examples. Let's see which one it is. The rectangle is up. There are no examples like this, but let's say, for example, we have let's say A's income is 20% more than B. Okay, and B's income is 20% less than A. That doesn't mean that these both are equal. Okay. If it is more than 20% more, 20% less, that doesn't mean that both are equal. So how to find A's income? So A's income would be, what is 20%? So 20 upon 100 plus 20 into 100. That's 20 upon 120 into 100. Okay. So the 10 will get cancelled. We have 200 upon 12. So 12 ones remains 8. 12 6 are 72. 16.6.
Okay.
Like that. Age income. Okay. Age income is our, if it is less, then just subtract it. Then if a price of a commodity increases by X%, then to keep the expenses same, the consumption must be reduced by X upon 100 plus X. This consumptions, all things are, I think you know better than me, right?
Yeah, not better than you, but I know.
Okay. So let's say the price of the commodity increases by X%. Let's say by 10% it is increasing. Then to keep the expenses same, the consumption must be reduced. That means what? Let's say your monthly consumption is of 100 rupees. Okay. Now, out of this 100, we are buying something else, like monthly expenses we have, like we have the ration we keep, we have the light bills, we have what we can say, phone bills we have the rents of the house, whatever we have in a month. Let's suppose one of them, let's say the gas, it has increased by 10%. Okay, we spend only 100 rupees in a month, but now the gas is increased by 10%. But what we want is, we just want to spend only 100 rupees. So for that, what we have to do, we have to just decrease one of the expenses by some amount, right? Let's say the 10 rupees, 50, 40, this is what our expenses are for A, for B, for C. If this A is increasing by 10%, then the total cost of this will increase by some amount. So now we require more than 100 rupees, like, right, in a month. But what we want is, we have to keep this 100 rupees as it is, the expense 100 rupees as it is. We need to decrease one of them, either B or C. Expense on B, expense on C, we have to decrease, so that the total would be 100. So how this is done? This is done in this way. So what the consumption should be reduced? The consumption should be reduced by X upon 100 plus X into 100. Okay.
Hello, ma'am.
Yes, Srishti?
You had network issue or I had?
Might be you have a network issue.
No, ma'am, because ma'am, between whenever when you was talking, your voice was not coming. It stopped suddenly.
Okay. You got disconnected or you were there only?
Disconnected.
Okay. So might be from your side the network issue is.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, let's have. So to decrease, we have to decrease something else. Like we have to decrease B or C, so that the total expense would be only 100. If it increase, then 100 plus X. If it decrease, then it is 100 minus X. Getting it? Okay, let's see
Yes,
some
ma'am.
solve examples so that we'll understand everything. Now, after a discount of 12%, a TV is available for rupees 26,400. If the discount of 3% more, price of the TV is rupees 25,500. That means when we are going to buy a TV, the discount is of 12%. So after getting a discount of 12%, after deducing 12% of the value, we are getting it by 26,400. Now again, the shopkeeper has decided to give a discount of 3% more. Then the TV is now costing 25,500. What is the original price of the TV now? 3% of the cost of the TV. So this is 26,400. And 3% is a discount that gives 25,500. So we just find the difference over there. What is the difference? Or firstly, it was cost 26,400. then it is costing 25,500. So how much discount he has given? He has given 900 rupees ka discount, right?
Yes.
That is the 3% of what? 100.
Okay.
Now 3% is basically 3 by 100. So 3% of some amount is rupees 900. That amount we don't know. On what amount he is giving the percentage, that we don't know. So how we do it? We just do it like x is equals to 900 into 100 upon 3. Just take 3 and 100 on that side. So that
But
gives
900 how it came?
3% of the cost is 900 we are getting, right? What this example says is, let's say price of the TV is X. Okay. Now, after 12% discount, its price reduces to 26,400. Again, he has given 3% discount on what? This 3% discount is not on this. That 3% discount is on X. Getting it? For the original cost, he is giving 3% discount. So this 3%, yeah. After 3% discount, we are getting it for 25,500. Then what is the original cost? So 3% of the original is the difference. We just need to find the difference. Gives us 900. We are not going to deal with this 12%.
Okay.
Because directly we have 3%. 3% means 3 upon 100 into X. That is 900. Just shift 103 over that side. So 900 into 100 upon 3. 3 ones are 3 threes are. So that gives 30,000 as its price.
And we can do like 12 upon 100 into 264. 12 into 12 upon 100 into x equals to 26400.
Yes, we can do like that. You are saying 12 upon 100 of x is equals to 26,400. You are saying, right?
Yes.
But this is a reduced one. Means originally it was x. From that 12% discount has given. Then we are getting it for 26,400. This is not exactly 12%. We are subtracting 12% from the original cost. Then the cost comes to be 26,400. This is the here calculations are some what we can say, calculations are very less. Here calculations are more. You can do like this. So what we have to do over here is 100 minus 12x, 100x minus 12x upon 100 is equals to 26400. So 100x minus 12x is 82x. Sorry, 88x, which is equals to 26400 into 100. Then your x is equal to 2640000 divided by 88. This big calculation you have to do and you will get the answer.
Okay, ma'am.
In both way we can do, but here calculations are less, here calculations are more. Okay, let's see the next one. The price of a sugar is increased by 20%. What should be the percent change in the consumption of sugar so that the expenses does not increase? Now it is increased by 12%. 20%. So the consumption, we have to decrease the consumption. So that is given by 100 upon 100 plus this 20% into 100.
Yes.
So that's 10,000 upon 120. 0 get cancelled. Whatever it comes out to be the answer, we just write it down. 12 8s are 96, remains 4. 12 3s are 36, 83.3. This is what the consumption, we have to reduce the consumption to 83.3. So that means before reducing this consumption, we are consuming the sugar 100%. Now we need to consume the sugar only 83.3%. Okay. The percent decrease, what the percent decrease? Originally we are consuming 100. Now it is 83.33. that is 16.8767. This is the percent. 100 out of 100, just subtract 83.33, you will get 16.67% of the consumption we have to reduce. Getting it?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. The first one is very easy. You need to find 77%, then 34% and add them. Okay. Second one is 240 candidates appeared for an examination, of which 204 passed. What is the pass percentage? Very simple.
How, ma'am?
Out of how many? 240.
Yes.
How many are passed? 204.
204.
So out of 100, how much?
Okay, ma'am. Understood. Now we have to divide.
Yes, just divide, multiply, whatever you have to do it and find the percentage.
Yes,
So
ma'am.
I think the percentage is more than 70 or 80, more than 80.
Yeah.
Okay. What percent of 8.4 kg is 168 grams? What percent they are asking? So we just take that percent as x. X percent of 8.4 kg is equals to 168 grams.
Ma'am, we can convert that 8.4.
Yes, we have to convert this. Yes. So x percent means x upon 100 into 8.4 kg is nothing but 8400 grams.
Yes.
Is equal to 168. Just solve it. X is equal to then 168 into 100 upon 8400. So that's basically 2s are 81 1s are 81 2s are 168. 0 will get cancelled. So x is equal to 2%.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Then the next one. If the length of a rectangle is decreased by 20%, what should be the increase in the breadth of the rectangle so that the area remains the same? Okay. Now let's say the rectangle is let's say x is the length of the rectangle, y is the breadth of the rectangle.
Okay.
So original area for this rectangle, when it is x and y, then the area is equal to x into y, correct?
Yes.
Now the new length that we have, what is this?
20%
Length
is
of the rectangle decrease by 20%. Yes, decrease means from x we need to
minus
decrease 20%
20%.
of x.
Yeah.
So that is x minus 20 upon 100 into x.
Yeah.
Okay, I just divided 21s are 25s are. So x minus 1 upon 5x. This is the new length.
Okay.
Okay, now new area. New area would be this
X minus 1
length
upon
x, yes, x minus 1 upon 5x into the breadth, because breadth is not changed actually.
Yeah.
Okay, so that gives x minus, just solve it, 5x minus x, 5x minus x upon 5 into y, that is 4x upon 5 into y.
Yes. Ma'am, how
We
to
need to
find
find
percentage?
for breadth, no? Let just we suppose that there is a percent increase in the breadth. Increase in breadth. Then what will happen about the breadth? That was y. Therefore, yes, the new breadth would be y plus a percent, that is a upon 100 into y.
Yeah.
So that is nothing but y into bracket. I'll just take y common. 1 plus a upon 100. Okay. Now we'll find the new area. Therefore, the new area is equal to, length is this one, 4x upon 5. You need to write over here the area for the new one. Just find the breadth first. Our new length is 4 upon 5 into x. New breadth is y into 1 plus a upon 100. Okay. So just it is 4 upon 5 into bracket 1 plus a upon 100 into xy. Okay. Now, what is xy? Xy is its original area. So let's say this xy, the original area, we can take it as 4 upon 5 into 1 plus a upon 100, okay, into xy. Okay, let's say the original area is the whole area 1. The original area that we are getting, it's a whole area 1. So it comes out to be 4 upon 5, 1 plus a upon 100 into 1. xy we are taking as a whole area, or the 100% area, you can say. That comes out to be 1. The new area would be the whole 100%. We are increasing and decreasing something over there, but it should be 1.
And here it should divide, now, because it is multiplying.
We can divide both of them, or we can do like, you can say like this. You can divide the original upon the new. By dividing also we can take, or we can just equate them, no problem. So this will give 5 upon 4 is equals to 1 plus a upon 100. Is it? Just we have to now calculate it. So 5 by 4 minus 1 is a upon 100. 5 by 4 minus 1 is nothing but 1 upon 4.
Yes.
5 minus is equals to a upon 100. Take 100 over here. So a is equal to 100 upon 4. So a is 25.
Yes, ma'am.
So the bread, that is y, was initially, we have taken is that it is increased by 25.
Yeah.
Whatever it is, y plus a was a percentage, so it is increased by 25%. That is the answer. Wait, you want to write now? Yeah, you can copy it now.
Done, ma'am.
Okay. Have the next. Fifth one, right?
Yes.
Okay. The price of a rice is increased by 20%. As a result, a person can have 5 kg rice for only 600 rupees. That means before that, the rice would be of more. It is increased by 20%. Yeah. So the rice price would be less than this. What was the initial price of the rice per kg? Very easy. So now let the initial price be X. Now the person is getting 5 kg for 600 rupees, right? So 1 kg should be equal to of how many rupees? 600 upon 5?
600 upon 5, yes.
So that is
30.
120. It's
Ma'am,
120,
30.
no?
Yeah, ma'am, yeah.
120 rupees. So for 1 kg, now he is getting of 120 rupees. Now there is an increase of 20%. Let's say X percent was there. So X plus 20% increase of this X is equals to 120, because now when the price is increased, the price is now 120. We'll just take for 1 kg. The initial price for 1 kg of the rice be X. Before that as was X, now increased by 20%. That means it is X plus 21s are 25s are. X upon X upon 5 is equal to 120. So that becomes 5 5x plus 1, 6x upon 5 is equals to 120.
Yes, ma'am.
So x is equals to 120 into
Into
5 upon 6.
6.
6 ones are 6 twos are 12, 0. So x is equal to 100 rupees. So initial price for 1 kg of the rice was 100. So they
Yes.
have initial price for rice per kg they asked. So for 1 kg only we need to find. Therefore initial price per kg is rupees 100.
100.
This is the question number 5. You want to write?
Ma'am.
Okay. Do the sixth one as a homework. It's easy.
Okay.
Done?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. What percent is 3% or 5%? Let's take that what as x. 3% of x percent is equal to 5%. Now, what percent is 3% of 5%? So you have to take x percent is equal to 3% of 5% and find that x. Okay? Okay. Now, next is after availing two successive discounts of 20% each, Madhvi paid rupees 64 for a book. If she would have got only one discount of rupees 20%, then how much additional amount would she have paid? Okay. What we have, let's say, let the price of the book is X rupees. Okay. Then first discount.
40%.
First discount. No, it doesn't actually add up to 40% because first discount is of 20%, right? 20% of X. So that is 20 upon
Yeah.
100 of X. That is 5. So X upon 5. So for discount, we need to subtract, right? Therefore, price of the book after first discount is
Ma'am, but two
hmm,
times discount is given, no?
2 times it is given. Firstly 20% discount and again 20%. So we'll find both of them because in the last question, what they're asking, if she would have got only one discount, if she has taken only one discount, initial or the second discount, then how much she would have to pay.
Okay.
That's why. So for price after the second discount would be X, means X upon 5. So that is 4X upon 5.
Yes.
So this is the discount on the X. Now for second discount, again same thing will happen because the discount is on the price. So second discount is again same, that is 4X upon 5 because 20% again.
Yeah, ma'am.
Okay. So that price is now 64. That means after two discounts, the first is 4 upon 5 into X. Second is again 4 upon 5. This is the basically discount 4 by 5 of the total 4 by 5. This is first second of the price of the X is given as 64 rupees. So what is X? So this is 16 upon 25. X is equal to 64. So X becomes 64 into 25 upon 16. 16 ones are 16 fours are. So X is equals to 100. So its
100.
original price is 100. Then if only one discount is given, that is 20% less. So by a discount of first 20%, price would be 100 minus 20, right?
Yes.
That is 80 rupees. But she have paid X 64. So how many extra she need to pay? 16 rupees extra. If only first discount if she has taken, then 16 rupees extra she need to pay.
Okay.
Now you can write it. Hmm. Hmm.
Done, ma'am.
Okay. So can you do the 8th one as a homework?
Yeah.
Okay, try it. Then we have the 9th one as a batsman scored 92 runs, which includes 4 boundaries and 5 sixes. He scored other runs by running between the wickets. What percent of his total score did he make by running between the wickets? Oh, easy. So 4 fours, that means 4 boundaries. That means 4 into 4, 16.
Yes.
5 sixes means 5 6 are 30.
Yeah.
So that's total 46. Now 92 minus 46. That's 44.
Ma'am.
92 it is, sorry. So that's 46. So 46 run he has made by only running between the wickets. So this is what percent of the total score? The total score was 92. Out of 92, 46 was made by only running.
Yeah.
Then out of 100, how much? So that's, I think, 50%. Yes.
Okay.
46 ones are 46, twos are 92, so 250s are 100. 50%. Because half of the runs he has made by running and half of the runs by boundary and sixes. Half means exactly 50%.
Yes, ma'am.
Got it? So I will just leave the 8th and 9th as a homework.
Okay.
Now, profit loss you have studied in your 8th or 9th grade, right?
Yes.
When we have a profit, when our selling price is more than the cost price. When we have a loss, when the cost price is greater than the selling price. Is it?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. So how to find the profit? Just subtract the selling price and the cost price. To find the loss, subtract CP minus SP.
Yes.
So all these formulas are already known to you.
Yeah.
Gain means profit, SP minus CP. Loss is CP minus SP. Then percent gain, whatever gain you have upon the CP into 100. For loss, same thing. Loss percent is loss into 100 upon CP. This is what we are. For selling price, when there is a gain, when we have profit, how to find the selling price? 100 plus the percent profit upon 100 into CP. Loss is there, just subtract the loss. When how to find the cost price? Cost price is given by ulta, exact ulta we have to do. Here for selling price 100 plus gain is there. Here 100 upon 100 plus gain into SP.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So these are all the things that you already know. Now, if an article is sold at a gain of 35%, that means 135% of the CP is a SP. How it is calculated? Let's say it is of 100 rupees. Its CP is 100 rupees. 35% more. That means plus 35. That's 135. So SP would be 135% of the
135%.
CP. Like that. If it's a loss, then we have to subtract
Right.
35. We will be
Yes, ma'am.
getting 65. So then to find SP, that is a 65% of CP. It's a shortcut. No need to find 35% of the CP, then subtract it from 100 from the CP. No need to do everything. Just the remaining percent we have to take it as a cost price ka percentage. Now, when a person sells two similar items, one at a gain of say X% and another at a gain of loss of X%. Let's say both have 100 rupees as the price. Same thing he is selling, but one as a 60% X% of profit. That means its total value is 100 plus X.
Yes, ma'am.
When there is a loss, its value is 100 minus X. So this is the SP when is the profit. This is the SP when we have a loss. Then the seller always incur loss given by. So then every time it is a loss. How? Let's say there is a 100 rupees cost price of any article we have. Let's say the profit is of 20 rupees. Then what is SP? It's 1.
120.
Correct. When is the loss of again 20? Then what is
80.
SP?
80.
80. So if you want to find the total loss, if total SP, if we find what they're asking about, then the seller always includes the loss given by loss is common loss into gain.
Ma'am, means like if we are losing here 20 rupees, then we are gaining over there.
It it seems like we are gaining 20% and losing 20%.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, we say that 20% we are losing, 20% we are gaining. That means it's what we can say. It's level. No, it's not a level. Every time he has a loss in this type of question.
Yes, ma'am. But it's neither loss nor profit because nothing affects anything. No?
No, we can't say like this because he is selling the same two similar items. One at the gain of X%, another at the loss of X%. Includes the loss given. Then the loss is given by common loss and gain percent upon 10. The common loss
Means that 20% of 20 rupees of profit is utilized to means we see a bharpai of that loss. Right?
Actually it seems like that, but it doesn't happen. Every time the seller is in a loss because in the second transaction he has a loss of 20%. So only 80% he gains, like here.
Yes.
It's 100 rupees, and here that was 100 rupees. Here he gained 20 rupees, and here he lost 20 rupees. But in total, what we can say, there it's a 100 plus 100, 200 rupees was the price of the article. Now here he gained 120 rupees. Here he gained 80 rupees.
Yes.
It is 200 rupees. It seems because it's only 100 rupees, but it is not happening with everything. Every time when there is a same percent of loss and profit, then the person will be in a loss. That is what they are saying. So that's a common loss into and gain percent upon 10. For this, by using this formula, we'll be getting the loss, whatever loss he has done. Percent loss, we can say.
Yes, ma'am.
Then sometimes a seller claims to sell goods at cost price, but he uses a false weight. That means if the apples are of 100 rupees per kg, the seller is selling by only 100 rupees. The thing what he is doing is, he is not giving 1 kg whole, he is giving only 900 grams.
Yes.
That means he is in a profit.
Yeah.
Then how to find the profit percent? Then the profit percent is error. Error means what? This error. Actually it is 1 kg, but he is giving 900 grams. So what is 100 grams is a error. There is a difference of 100 grams. So that's 100 gram is called as a error. Then true value. True value of it is 1 kg.
1000 grams.
Minus the error, that is 100 into 100. This is the formula when there is a cheating between the weights or between something we can say like quantity. If we are buying it 10 quantities, we are giving only 9 quantities with the same price. That is what called as a cheating, or the difference is the error. Example is also given. For example, if a trader buys rupees 50 per kg and sells it at the same price. So selling price, cost price is same, but while selling, he uses only 950 gram weight instead of the 1000 gram. So the error is 50 gram. So that's 50 upon 1000 minus 50 into 100. So there is a profit of 5.26%. Okay. Okay. Yeah. Got it? Finding percent profit and percent loss is very easy. If there is something different, then we have to struggle. Now, Ketan sold a mobile phone at a price of rupees 5250 at a loss of 25%. And at what price should he sell it to get a profit of 30%? Now 25% was the loss. So CP is directly 25% means 100 minus 25, that is 75. So 100 upon 75. Actually it is 100 upon 75 into 5250. So that's 7,000. Is it?
Yes, ma'am.
Now the cost price of the cost price was 7,000. Now they are saying about a 30% profit he want. Then what will be the selling price? So for selling price, the numerator would be more. So that is 130 upon 100 into 7,000. That is 9,100. If he want a 30% of the profit, he should sell the mobile with a 9,100 rupees.
100.
Yes. Here, if the selling price of 30 apples is equal to the cost price of 25 apples, what is the profit or loss percent? Yeah. See, for 30 apples is equals to 25. So for 30 apples, let's say the rupees is 30. For cost price of 25 apples is 25. Both are same, they are saying. They are saying like SP of 35 apples is equals to cost price of 25 apples. That means this whole 25 apples cost 30 rupees, we can say. So what they did is just took this 30 over here. That gives SP is 5 by 6 of CP. That implies what? CP must be greater than SP because it's multiplied by 5 by 6. Isn't it?
Ma'am, but I 5 by 5 upon 6.
You see, it is SP of 30 apples is equals to CP of 25 apples. They took this 30 on that side. So SP gives us CP into 5 upon 6. That means whatever SP is there, that is greater than the CP by 5 by 6 or less than CP by 5 by 6 multiplied by 5 by 6. So 5 by 6 is basically 0.8 CP into 0.8. That's less than 1. That means CP is more than the SP. We are multiplying by some number to the CP. That means the CP will increase. Correct? So the cost price is greater than selling price. What was the cost price actually? It is same as the selling price. So 30 CP minus 30 SP. We are just subtracting them, nothing more than that.
Okay.
So 30 minus 25 is equals to 5% loss. 30 SP is 25 CP because it is given that SP of the 30 apples is same as CP of the 25 apples. So 5 upon 30 into 100 because 30 is a CP into 100, that is 16 by 3. It's a loss percent. You understood this?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Fourth one, let's understand. In a toy shop, a doll was sold for rupees 27.50 with a profit of 10%. So SP of the doll is 27.5 with a 10% profit we have. If it was sold for 25.75, then what would have been the percent profit or loss? So firstly, we'll find the CP. What is the cost price? That is 100 upon 100 plus the profit into the SP, right? So its selling price was 27.50, 100 upon profit was 100. So 110, sorry, profit is, so 100 plus 10 is 110. By doing all the calculation, we are getting CP as 25. Now they are saying it should be sold for 25.75. So how many more? 5.75 more rupees we are getting. Oh, not 5.5. 25 rupees is the cost price. So we are getting only 0.75 as extra. That means we are getting a profit of 0.75. So profit divided by the cost price into 100 gives us the percent profit. That is 3%. Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
Then the price of a television set passing through distributor, wholesale and retailer rises to a whole by 51.8%. That means when the television set is passing through the distributor will add some percent of the money to the cost price of the television, right? When it goes to
Yes.
the wholesaler, he again adds something over there, like 5%, 2%, 3%. Then it goes to the retailer. Retailer again adds some percentage on that, and after doing all this addition of percentages, whatever the answer comes out to be there, that is a selling price of the TV now. So this whole rises to 51.8% of the original cost. Let the original cost was X, then it rises to 51.8%. If distributor and wholesaler earn 10% and 15% respectively, the distributor has earned 10% and the wholesaler has earned 15% on that. Then what is the percentage profit owned by the retailer? When it comes to the retailer, then what is the percent profit he has earned? That is we need to find. So what they did is, original price of the TV be rupees P, and let the profit earned by the retailer be X. Directly they have taken a profit of X. Then 100 plus X%. This is for retailer of 115%, because 15% is for the wholesaler, 10% is for the distributor. So 100 plus 15 is 115%. 100 plus 10 is 110% of the original price is given by 151.8%. What it is actually. We have retailer, then we have a distributor, then we have a wholesaler. Okay. So retailer, let's say that the retailer earns X% of the profit. That means on 100 rupees X%, right? 100 plus X%. This distributor earns 15%. So 100 plus 15%. This wholesaler earns 10%. So 100 plus 10% more. On what they are earning? They are earning on the original price. Okay. And at last, the total money has increased by 51.8%. If the original was 100, then 100 was increased by 51.8. That is 151.8%. Getting it?
Yes, ma'am.
Then just multiply all of them and we have to write. So that is 100 plus X upon 100 into 115 upon 100, because all are the percentages. That's 110 upon 100 into the original price P is equals to 151.8 upon 100. This is 151.8%. So all these 100 will get cancelled. Not all, only one will get cancelled. 200 will remain there. So multiply it. So 100 plus X is equals to X into P we can write, which is equals to 151.8 into 100 into 100. The whole get divided by 150 into 110. That is what they done here. All these calculations and into P of the total price P. Now what they did, they just subtracted it. They have just taken this whole thing on the right, subtract it. So X is given by 20. So the retailer earned 20%. Only by the calculations we can find it. Okay. This
Yes,
is
ma'am.
actually a equal to, it's not minus. It's equal to 120. 120 means 100 plus 20. So this 20% extra is a percent earned by the retailer. Getting it? Okay. So the first one is easy now. He purchased the laptop for 24,000 and sold it for 30,000. So profit 6,000 is a profit.
Yes.
Percent के लिए 6,000 upon 24,000 into 100.
Yes.
Okay. Now Shraddha purchased mobile phone and a refrigerator for rupees 18,000 and 15,000 respectively. He sold the refrigerator at a loss of 20% and mobile at a profit of 20%. What is her overall profit or loss? For that you need to use this. The last
X square
one we have
upon 10.
seen. Ha. X upon 10 the whole square. What is X? The percent.
20.
Percent of gain or loss. So here the percentage is 20%. So 20 upon 100 the whole square. Overall profit or loss it will be given.
20 upon 10.
20 upon, yes, 20 upon, that's 2 square, 4. 4% loss would be there, overall loss. Then third one, a vendor bought toffees at rupees 6 for at 6 for rupees 10. How many for rupees 10 must he sell to gain 20%?
And the question is wrong or what?
No, question is not wrong. They says that he is purchasing 6 toffees at rupees 10 each. Each toffee with rupees 10. Therefore, the total cost would be
60.
60. Now, how many for rupees 10 must he sell to gain 20%? So now he has to sell 10 rupees each. To get 20% profit. Firstly, we'll find 20% profit on this CP. Then what is SP? SP is equals to?
With price minus 6.
Oh, wait. 120 upon 100, no? 120 upon 100 into CP. So 120 upon 100 into 60. 0 get cancelled, 0 get cancelled. 72. Right?
Yes.
So the SP should be 72 rupees. Oh, yes. We have misunderstood this because he said toffee at 6 for rupees 10. How many for rupees 10 must he sell to gain 20%? So that means for rupees 10 he bought 6 toffees, not each. 6 toffees are for rupees 10. In 10 rupees he bought 6 toffees. So the total CP is only 10, not 6. Now he want to sell each of them to 10 rupees. Now we have to take this CP as 10, not 60. So that's 10 and 10. So it gives 12. So the SP would be 12. Now how many of rupees 10 must he sell to gain 20%? I'm not getting what it is. Wait. Let me just.
Question is wrong, ma'am.
Question we can't say like that, but
At and all I'm not understanding only.
at 6 rupees 10 means in rupees 10 he is getting 6 toffees. That is what they are saying. And when how many for rupees 10 must he sell to gain 20%? So 10 ka 20% is basically 12. Yes, he should gain 12 rupees by sending all of this. So in rupees 10, how many should he sell? Okay. Let's see. Start with the first. Let's firstly find the cost of one toffee. Cost of one toffee will be 10 upon 6, right? Because 6 are for 10 rupees. So the CP is 10 upon 6 for one toffee. Now he wants to sell the toffee for rupees 10. So let he is selling some X toffees. X toffees in rupees 10. Okay. Now he wants to sell these X toffees in rupees 10. Only rupees in 10 rupees only he want to sell, but not all the 6. He want to sell some less number of toffees so as to get the 20% profit. Now getting it, that is what he means is the SP selling price of the selling price of this toffees would be what? 10 upon X, right? The same way. Here the cost price was 10 upon 6. Now the selling price is 10 upon 6. But how many toffees he is selling, we don't know. Whether he is saying all the 6, whether he is selling only 4 to get the profit, that is what we need to find. Getting it?
Yes.
Now profit percentage we have to find. Profit percentage is given. Profit percentage is calculated by SP minus CP upon 100. Profit percentage was 20%, right? So that is equals to SP. Our SP is 10 upon X. CP is 10 upon 6 upon 100. So by calculating everything, we'll be getting X. So that much toffees he should send in 10 rupees. So that to get a 20% profit. Understood? Okay. So if you want to write it down fast. It's a question number what? 3 from 9.2. Tomorrow you will be attending a lecture, right? Okay. So 20 into 100 is equals to 10 upon X minus 10 upon 6. 2000 is equals to 60 minus 10x upon 6x. 2000 into 6x is equals to 60 minus 10x. 2000 12,000x plus 10x equal to 60. Minus 10x upon 60. It's percent. That's divided by 100. So is equals to 1 by x minus 1 by 6. Okay, done.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So we'll see the remaining in the next class. You
Ma'am,
try to.
tomorrow we'll do revision then.
Okay, fine. We'll do the revision. You try to solve as many sums you can solve from this, because this one is the easy one. Then we have a compound and simple interest.
Yes, ma'am.
If you just ask Durva, Durva will also explain what is compound interest and simple interest. They are studying the same thing.
Okay, ma'am.
Okay. Chalo, bye bye.
Bye,
You
ma'am.
just for tomorrow now. You just tick mark the what we can say, the doubts you have in your chapters.
Okay, ma'am.
Tick all the doubts and come to with the doubts. Okay.
Yes.
Okay. Chalo, bye
Bye,
bye.
ma'am. Thank you, ma'am. Good night.
Welcome.